this is Kitzmeister. This is my very first YouTube video, so I'm really excited to get this out there. What motivated me to make this very first video was USNERDOC's contest, this LOKSAK contest. For quite a while now, I've been watching a lot of videos. As you can see, I'm a big Nut and Fancy fan. I have his first run TNP shirt on. He was the first one I was introduced to, and very shortly after, I did find Doc. I've been watching, I guess, Tinny Medieval Design, Such Double Lot. There's a lot of great ones out there. I've been itching to try to get a video out for a long time, and it was really when Doc introduced this contest right here that it motivated me to want to make my first video. A little bit about myself. I am an Eagle Scout, but honestly haven't done anything as far as, camping, hiking for 10 years, probably better than 10 years. I have a 3-year-old son and a 9-month-old daughter, and I decided not too long ago, I need to get back out there, get active, and give them the memories that I had when I was a child. So that was kind of part of my motivation. I'm into, I really enjoyed the camping and hiking. Want to do a lot more of it. Lately, the camping I've been doing have been the camper style, and I want to, get kind of back out of that, get back out in the woods like I used to do. Big into firearms, chainsaws. We cut our own wood. There's a lot of videos I'd like to put out there reviewing things and kind of showing you how I do things, because I've learned so much from you guys, and I think you're right. The best way to, instead of putting it in the comments, is to make your own video. So today I want to talk about my level 1 first aid kit. I think that's something that the LOKSAK would be great at. So let's go to the table and let's go over that. Talk about my level 1 first aid kit, because I think this, going back to the contest here, I think this is where the LOKSAK would come in awesome. Now, I put this together after watching Nut and Fancy's. Before this, I had this great, big, huge thing sitting in my car, and I could condense it all down into this. Now, I actually found packages that were the exact same size. He uses a 5x8 Mylar bag, which I guess are fairly hard to come by. These are a poly bag, same size, 5x8. I actually happen to have this because we use them for something at work. It's very heavy duty. It's a 4 mil. But of course, this is not going to stand a chance when it comes up against a LOKSAK. So if I were to win some, even if I don't win some, I'll probably buy some and replace this here. I looked up where we ended up getting them. I don't know if you can be able to focus on this. It's a Uline product. The problem is, it's going to be kind of tough to focus here, guys. They're not expensive, but the smallest quantity you can buy is 1,000, which that's just not feasible for most people. We happen to have a bunch, so I put them to use, but again, I think a LOKSAK would be much better at this. Let's kind of go through this here and see what I got. This is an ongoing project, along with probably most of your stuff. Triple antibiotic, love this stuff. I don't need this whole tube. I've seen a lot of different ways to carry this, and to be perfectly honest, I just haven't made up my mind. But in the future here, I'm going to decide what I want to do with this, because this is way too much. This takes up too much space. Tweezers. I got this little 2-pack of tweezers at the beauty section in Walmart. They're stainless steel, fairly heavy duty. You get your pointed one and your flat edge one. They work great. Tape. Here's another thing I need to improve on. I love the tape. This is a 3M, very breathable tape. If you can see my finger here, just had a really nasty accident changing a chain on one of my chainsaws. Lesson learned, don't be in a hurry and always wear gloves doing it. But I used a lot of this over a few weeks. It took to heal that. It worked great. One thing I think I'm going to try to do, this is just more of an example, but this is a small chunk of hotel key card with some Gorilla Tape wrapped around it. I don't know if I'll use exactly this size, but I think I'm going to get this tape put on something like this. It's just going to lay flatter, and I think just stow a lot easier. Got a little roll of gauze here. I was very impressed, Doc, by the video you had where you were vacuum sealing all this. My neighbor owns one of those little food savers, and I'm going to borrow that and try doing that, because I think that not only can I get this down, but for the amount of space, I can actually store a lot more gauze, because I know that that's something that's probably fairly important. This little guy right here is called a splinter out. I honestly don't remember where I got this, and I'm not going to open it up because I don't have a whole lot of them left. But what it is, basically, it's a flat piece of sheet metal that comes to a very sharp point, and you put this out and you can really dig in there to get a splinter. Honestly, this thing works probably better than the tweezers in my experience. They're just great. I suppose if you googled splinter out, we could find where you get them. I should do that myself. I wouldn't mind picking up a few more. Let's dig into what else we got here. Just kind of grab some stuff out of here. Got some Q-tips. Real great for if you're putting on that ointment or betadine or anything like that. Gloves. I'm another big one about gloves. I guess I know Doc is too. Not only, even if you're working on a friend, not only for worried about bloodborne pathogens, but you could have some piece of junk under your fingernail. Anything like that could infect basically their wound there. I believe it's called moleskin. I don't know if this is the actual brand name moleskin. It's I've never used it, so if anybody has had experience with this, let me know. I guess it's if you feel a blister coming on, you can put this in. It looks like it would work real well. Super soft, very, very thick stuff on a kind of an adhesive back. I'm sure when I get out on the trail, this could come in really handy. We've got here, this is an iPad. I don't know that this is extremely necessary, but I had it. It doesn't take up much room, but you see it's just kind of the shape. It's just a gauze pad, kind of the shape of your eye. See what we got here. These are I can't remember if this is a fingertip or a knuckle. Probably like a fingertip style Band-Aid. It looks like we have some just gauze pads. This here, these are just a very high quality Band-Aid. That's the actually like a cloth that I really prefer. They kind of stretch. They really hold on real well. These are just a really small type of a bandage if you had a very small cut. Just got some more Band-Aids here, the cloth style. We got some gauze pads, trauma pads, just blood soakers basically. If there's a it's a bleeder of some kind, these are going to be great to stop that bleeding. More Band-Aids. Apparently I got to organize this a little better. I've had this emptied out here quite a few times over the last few days. Band-Aids. Here we got kind of a knuckle style bandage. Get it so you can see that a little better, or even a fingertip, I suppose you could use that on. Here we have, these are little bitty packets of hand sanitizer. I don't know if you're going to be able to focus on that, but it's a great thing to do. Sanitize your hands right prior to putting those gloves on. You're in a real kind of make sure you're sterile when you're sterile situation when you're working on somebody. These are again a bit redundant, but little packages of that triple antibiotic. They were so small. I just pretty much threw them right in there. They didn't take up much room. This here is called a Super Sane. It's a germicidal disposal wipe. I've never used one of these yet, but I believe it's just a big hand wipe, that has some kind of a germicidal, cleanser on it. This is another kind of a square bandage that maybe could even be used in place of that moleskin if you had a blister or something started. It's pretty thick right in here, so that would probably work for that as well. These here are the I guess you would call these kind of your butterfly bandages. I know this is a bit redundant because you can also, I've learned actually on YouTube that you can make these with this tape, but I had them. They really don't take up much room, so I threw them in there. This is just some more alcohol wipes, cleaning pads. Have quite a few of those in there. This again is more of an antiseptic wipe. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not quite sure the difference between the alcohol and antiseptic. It's probably just the chemical that they're made out of. The antiseptic are a little thicker. We have just another dressing and followed up by some more of those bandages. So that's basically my level 1 first aid kit. Here's what that bag looks like. I mean, I carry this a lot. It's in and out of vehicles. It's pretty beat up. I'm sure this is not waterproof. Little pinholes in it, stuff like that. So I can see where the replacing this right here with a LOKSAK would be awesome. I think for the longevity, and looking to get into doing a lot of canoeing here, so I think that's going to help out a lot. But I guess I appreciate you watching my video. I guess I want to say thanks to Doc for motivating me to do this. I'd really love to find the time. I work a lot of hours, but to get a lot of these videos out, I have so much enjoyment watching all these other videos out there of everybody else. I know I have a lot to contribute, and I've also learned a lot, and I think it's can get some great friendships going on this too. So this is Kitsmeister. I appreciate you watching my first video, my contest entry, and look forward for more videos to come. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you.
Psychic spies from China try to steal your mind's elation, and little girls from Sweden dream of silver screen quotation. And if